Okay, so like I was saying before, my goal with all this is to kind of work on some consistency and some fundamentals, but I'm still having issues rushing, just kind of breaking my focus and just kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit, as evidenced by that last round where I let that last arrow go and shot that one out far right. So, um, but what I think is definitely um, becoming apparent is I'm finding my click first. And that's my thought process. So as I go through this, it's just I'm going to the click. I'm not trying to get anything else out of it, but just get to the click. And that's my target for slowing myself down. So I'm no coach, never taken lessons, so you can take any of this with a grain of salt. But if there's anybody out there who's been like me that's kind of just trying to get after something, I would say what's working for me is to find an intermediate target. So again, reiterate, my intermediate target is just to get to the click of the release. Everything else after that, I'll work on next. But for consistency's sake and for fundamental sake, I'm just trying to get to my anchor, get to the click, and then I'll let it go. And like I said, I'm kind of hoping for some tight groups. So it is what it is. Take it, leave it. And again, if you guys are out there and you're an accomplished shooter or just a guy like me and you want to give some comments, please do. I would love some feedback because my goal here is to get better. And if you can help me do that, I'll take it. So who doesn't love free advice, right? Best part about it is it's free. So 5 arrows, we'll see what we get. So as I'm setting up for the next shot here, I will say this about this release though. I bought it with the thought of this was going to be a training tool, but as I shoot it, and like I said, had it 3 or 4 days, yeah, caught 3 or 4 days, shot a few hundred arrows. I'm just kind of starting to like it, almost to the point where I want to take it to the turkey woods. It's like opening day of turkey season here in Virginia was yesterday. I think I'm going to take it to the turkey woods tomorrow. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I don't see a turkey or I shoot one and miss, right? So I never thought of hunting with it, but I'm having fun, and I might just take it and see what happens. No harm, no foul, as I see it. But this thing is slowly making its way into my mind as probably going to be my primary release for everything. I love that Stanislavski shoot-off. That is a quality piece of kit, and I'll never say it's not. But for me and where I am, and just this is just clicking with me a little bit more than that thumb release did. And you know, it's that hook style, the same as my index release, and so maybe I'm just more used to it. I mean, not that the thumb release isn't, but there's a visual piece of it that's similar to what I had before. So yeah, I really like this thing, and for the price, I got it for $149. So you really can't beat that. I mean, you buy one of these index releases, you can easily reach that. So and the Stanislavski would cost more. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Now, some of these groups are loose, but these arrows are still in the kill zone at 20 yards. And if I do decide to go and hunt with this thing, I'm not going to take a shot outside that 20, 25, 30 yards on a turkey by any means. Even on a deer, I don't know that I would want to shoot further than that with this release right now as I'm learning it. So as I go through this process, 20 yards has been my focus. I will eventually put that target out there further, and I'll get out to that 40, 60 yard range and see if the accuracy translates. But again, right now, as I said, focus is reps and fundamentals. So last few arrows here, let's see where we're at. So I'm not sure why, but I kind of felt myself rushing that shot towards the end. Maybe it's fatigue. I kind of felt this yesterday, like if my front shoulder starts to feel a little fatigue at any point, then I'm really trying to like, let me get through the shot so I can put my arm down. So there's probably some, physical training and stuff I can add to this process of learning this and kind of taking a holistic approach to becoming a better, more accurate archer. Not for this YouTube channel, not for you guys to watch me sweat into the oldies or anything like that, but I'll probably take that into consideration, because if I can feel like some physiological effects happening in this process unrelated to the hinge release, I will address those. But really, as it applies to this thing, I can't come up with any complaints. I went into it with an open mind, wanting to learn how to do it, and it's quickly becoming one of those things that's gone more from a learning experience to, again, like I was just saying seconds ago, I might make this my primary release. Right now, I can't come up with a reason not to. It's lightweight because it's aluminum, I want to say, and I'm not having any fundamental issues as a result of the release. Any fundamental issues are mine, and mine alone. So we might give it a try. It's definitely a better experience than I thought it would be. I thought this was going to be kind of a difficult thing to learn how to shoot, and it hasn't been. So if there's anyone out there that's considered a hinge and had a fear factor or whatever it is associated with it, I would say take away any of those thoughts and try it out. Go to your local bow shop and try one. My bow shop around here would have let me. I just didn't go. I just went ahead and bit the bullet and bought one, and said, hey, I'm gonna do this. And so for me, it was a bit of a forcing function, but everyone kind of thinks through these things on their own. So if you've got any issues with it or any concerns, I would say put those aside and try it, because it's not that scary. Alright, and this is the last arrow I'll shoot on camera today for you guys. You're probably sick of me talking. But last one, we'll go look at them, and we'll call it a night. All right, here we go. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Again, last arrow, I don't know how much of that comes up on the camera, but I was just struggling, pulling, trying to get that shot off. So there's a timing piece of that that's a mental thing. Again, that's for me to work through, and if you got any tips out there on how to address that, I will gladly take them. But 3 arrows right here, nice and tight. One, again, about 1.25 inches away, and then another one 1.5 inches out. Not great at 20 yards, but for, like I said, just my 3rd day of messing with this new release, I'll take it because I'm not losing arrows, and yeah, I'm getting there. All right, thanks folks, bye.